Hey everyone, Addison here, and I'm kind of sad to be showing you the final image of the Saints book. As I mentioned in the previous videos, I asked an illustrator, the amazing Anna Cusack, to go through and create an image for each chapter that conveys the major theme of the chapter. And so we're going to take a look at chapter 10 today, and chapter 10 is by far my favorite chapter. And I'm a big reader. I love reading, and I don't like it when you get to the end of the book and it feels like the end of the book is just repeated information. So I promise you, when you get to the end of the book, chapter 10, this will be the moment. This is what all the chapters are building to. My editor, she actually described chapter 10 as the outer part of the wheel that cases the wheel. These other parts are the spokes, and this is the casing that goes around the wheel. And the chapter title is Glory. And it's all about the fact we are made for glory. That's why we search, that's why we scratch, that's why we scrape for the good life, is because we were made for glory. That's what it is to be a saint. It's to be people of glory. But this idea of glory, it's very, very different than the world's idea of glory. This is the largeness that we were created for. This is the eternity that was written on our hearts. And if we look at Jesus, he really didn't live a glorious life. He wasn't born in a palace. As Scripture says, he didn't know where he would lay his head. And Hebrews 2 tells us that his moment of glory was actually the cross, that moment of laying down his life, of doing what no one else could do. And by giving all of us life, all of us a sense of fraternity, a sense of belonging in the family of God, that was the moment of glory. And so this idea of glory is missional. It's about something that's bigger than you. It's about what your life means to your world. And I talk about the process of discovering the unique glory that God designed and intended for you. And I'm telling you, honestly, I go back and I read this chapter, I'm like, I don't feel like I wrote that chapter. I read it again and again, and it impacts me every time I read it. I feel like it's something greater than anything that I could ever write. And so I'm excited for y'all to read the book. If you haven't got the book yet, get it. This chapter is the best. We have the lion and the lamb. We have the sun rising. This represents that beautiful final day when heaven and earth collide, when the knowledge of the glory of God covers the earth like the waters cover the sea. And what we will experience, what we will know in that day, is this harmony and this beauty that we only see in parts now. But saints are the people who practice and participate in this mystery. They're people who build for this mystery. They build for this promise today, specifically and practically, wherever they find themselves. And that's why it's so important, honestly. It's why it's so important that we see ourselves as more than just Christians. We need to see ourselves as saints, because saints merge the worlds of what is and what will be, revealing God's best, revealing his plans to our world. If you haven't got the book yet, make sure you get it. Thanks for watching.